Back again with another revisit of a previous unboxing and first impressions video, one of my more popular videos, which was the unboxing and first impressions of Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit De L'Homme, and I'll put that up there for you to watch and see what my first impression was of a very, very, very popular fragrance indeed, and been very popular for a very long time. It was released a long time ago. Unfortunately, for me, I missed all of that because I guess it wasn't my thing for a very long time. It wasn't my thing, but then curiosity got the better of me, and last year I got my hands on a bottle. And last year I got my hands on a bottle. It wasn't at the start of last year. It was actually towards the end of last year. It was in the latter half, I recall, that I got this bottle of La Nuit De L'Homme, and it was a 100 milliliter bottle. And my first impressions, as first impressions usually go, I thought it was pleasant, but it didn't blow me away. I didn't see what 12,000 other people had been raving about on the review directories. Fast forward a little bit, and I'm going to show you what's happened to my bottle of La Nuit De L'Homme. It's right here. This is what has happened to my bottle of La Nuit De L'Homme. This is a 100 ml bottle, and there isn't very much left in it at all. And that's a shame, isn't it? And that could very well be because it's just so bloody gorgeous. And it's also become my wife's most favorite fragrance for the last few months as well. And because both of us have been wearing it quite regularly, I've been wearing it less than she has, but as you can see, it's popular with the ladies, even if you're wearing it, or even if they're wearing it. And I don't understand why ladies who seem to like men's fragrances don't actually go and wear it themselves. I mean, I do. A lot of fragrances that are marketed towards women, if I like it, I'll buy it, and I do, and I have quite a few actually in my collection that are referred to as women's fragrances, but I like them. I think it suits me, and I think I can carry it off. And as long as I'm wearing it and it's not wearing me, there's not a problem with any kind of fragrance. And that applies to your own body odor as well. Just kidding. Yes, so look what's happened to it. It's basically disappeared. So I did the right thing and invested in another bottle of it before this thing finishes, and I got a really good deal on a 200 milliliter bottle. I'm still on the lookout for the vintage version of this. I did do a video where I did find a vintage version of the La Nuit De L'Homme with, it was a 2009 bottle. It was the 4-digit batch code at the bottom. It was at a department store as a tester, missing the cap, missing the lid, but it was almost full, and I sprayed the crap out of it, testing it out, and I pleaded and I begged with the store clerk to let me buy it, or even just let me have it. I'll buy something else. I'll even buy 2 bottles of something else. You just let me have this, and you can keep the other bottles. But they wouldn't let me have it, which is odd, but there you go. I mean, you can have a look at that particular video. I was actually a bit excited, but I was a bit disappointed at the end because I didn't get to leave with that bottle, except I left with the scent on my arm, which actually stayed there and permeated throughout the day. So I do know now exactly and very well how the vintage version of this smells like. And you know what? It's actually quite similar. The only difference being that in the deep dry down, that one dries down to a bit more spicy. It has a bit more depth, and it has a bit more sillage, and it's got a bit more longevity as well. Or that could just be because I sprayed the crap out of it so that I could get a really good impression of it. I've done that to this as well, and this does also have a pretty good performance. Just it lacks a little bit of depth. It goes into what I consider a little bit of a spicy young apple territory, which I know no one talks about, but like, I mean, there's cardamom there, but it's not really cardamom in terms of the actual cardamom and the pod and everything like that. It's hints of it, you know. People say it's cardamom. I don't get too much heavy cardamom out of this. I do get cardamom mixed with a spicy apple. It's just fantastic, and this is evidence of that fact, that it is fantastic, and they've got a winning formula here in both L'Homme and La Nuit De L'Homme. Yeah, and I read reviews all the way back to when this was first released, and people used to hate on this for some reason, saying it was gaudy, it was brash, and they didn't want to know it, because how dare Yves Saint Laurent make something like this when they were making things like Rive Gauche and M7 and Kouros and Opium and all that kind of stuff. I think this is worthy. I mean, how could you not like it? That's the thing. That's what I want to know. How could you not like it? I sprayed this on the arm of my friend who knows nothing about fragrances, and he was like, interesting. And then like 5 minutes later, he was like, damn, this is so good. So yeah, it's probably the most likable thing that I've got actually in my entire collection. And that's evidenced by the fact that there's hardly any left, but that's okay, because I have another 200 ml bottle that I can drench myself in once in a while when I get to it. But at least my wife can also enjoy it. So there we are. Again, another fragrance that I took a long time to pull the trigger on, because I was a contrarian, and now I've seen the light. I don't know. But yeah, there you have it. La Nuit De L'Homme, another one that's become a favorite that I think I'll keep in the lineup indefinitely. And you should check it out if you've never smelled this before as well. Okay, and once again, thanks for watching.